Hey, my name is David Hayes. I'm a full stack web developer out of Saratoga Springs, Utah. A recent project I work on that I was pretty proud of. I was hired on as a Ruby on Rails engineer, managing the backend and API and database for a point of sale system for weed dispensaries. I didn't know much about the product, but I knew it was going to be a hairy problem and I was excited. But a couple months in, they were in talks with a contractor to build, take all our backend and all the products we had and make a website builder out of this so that our clients and our customers could have an e-com menu. And I got that itch, I had to get in there. Like, please, this sounds like something I could get involved in. And so I'm watching the meetings with this, and it was supposed to take 2 months, and we're already on month 6. And they finally made me a meeting, and I'm watching this, and I start whiteboarding because I can see the problem. I've been in management. I know everyone had a different idea of what was going on here, and they didn't understand how our products were set up, and we didn't understand how to tell them what was wrong. And I interrupted the meeting. I'm like, hey, this is kind of how I'm seeing this. This is this. And I outlined the whole thing, and after the meeting, I'm like, boss, put me in. This has gone on way too long. Give me 10 weeks. I can build this solo. I know the headache. I don't care. I know React. I can do this. So they passed me the project, and it was worse than I thought. I had to rebuild pretty much everything. But it was fun. It was exciting. I got done 8 weeks for beta ready, and I spent the last year and a half adding features to it, doing a lot with that. It was really fun. I lean backend because that's where a lot of scalable solutions could come up with. But my last year was a lot of front end because I was able to set up the back end early, so the front end was kind of fun, just to make things that actually smooth the customer, what people actually touch and use and make their life easier. That's, I don't know. I'm not saying 50-50, but I probably lean back end a little bit, but I don't know. That goes in with architecture. But anyways, leadership contributions. Yeah, it's a brag, but to be frank, I've been promoted to every job I've had in my adult career. I don't. I need to get involved. I was doing door-to-door sales right when I was about to get married, and I come home. I just wanted a less stressful job as we're prepping, and my wife worked at a water park, and I jumped on as a. This kind of goes into the next one. I jumped in as a maintenance guy. I was, cleaning up stuff, fixing broken pipes. But within a month, I was like, "You have a Christmas thing coming up? Oh, weird. This isn't ready." And I'm like, let's do this right. We've got time. We can do this right. And so I was put in charge of that. And a month after, 2 months after that, I was put in charge of I was promoted to general manager of the fun center. 3 months after that, I was promoted to general manager of the former employee park, and I loved it. It was fantastic. A lot of great things there, but it's just, there's something in me, I have to dive in, and I think that's why I enjoy startup companies. I thought I was getting, when I signed in with Company Needle, I knew they were a startup. I thought that's what I was getting, but they were, signed in. I learned Ruby on Rails on the job. This kind of goes on to the next one as well. Learned Ruby on Rails on the job, but they were, it was 6 weeks in, 40 of our 50 employees, our engineers, quit. And I was left holding the bag, and I was kind of a senior with not ready for senior. I barely knew the code base. And yeah, it was daunting, but it was also kind of it was exciting. It was exciting to be able to fix things. And yeah, we were getting taken over by Sarah Simmons, so we weren't really able to start open a company more. But man, I felt like a sledgehammer condemned trees. It's not the tool for the job. Didn't have the skills. And to be frank, I don't think I've ever had the perfect skill set for a job, at least in the beginning, right? But you learn what you got to learn. You figure out the things you need to figure out, and you just that fun, fast pace. You got to wear multiple hats, but that's where bigger companies that have been around longer. A lot of times you're just maintaining. It's just how to mitigate loss. I want to be somewhere where there's still ideas and still fun and still things can happen. And AI there's so much you can do with it you can sweep another stuff under the rug for years. Lift up that rug and actually dig in there. You could fix the underlying issues. You can do so much with all this stuff that normally would be paralegal work. You can just get done for you almost immediately. All the agents I built for myself, for my game and stuff, have been life-changing. I'm just looking for a place where I can bring that energy, where I'm gonna, like, if you want a number, I don't know, 87, 92, something. Not 100, but I've figured out I had to learn PHP enough to make a WordPress widget happen. I've had to figure out. I mean, the first time I ever touched code is because I figured out how to do APIs because someone needed to do it and this wasn't working. We had customers complaining about stuff, and I figured out what I had to figure out. I want to be the tool for the job, and I'll mold myself. I'm looking for a place where that energy is met in kind. If that's not you guys, that's fine. I understand. Like, I don't want to ruffle feathers or anything, but I'm looking for a place where I can bring that kind of energy, and it works with people. We can shape things. We can do things, fix the underlying issues, and I don't know. I'm repeating myself a lot. I mean, you don't believe me? Look at my other YouTube videos. Something you're supposed to just be a reader or a watcher and just take things as they are, and I can't. I have to fix what I can. Some of these things are so close to being great. They're pretty old, but I've not gotten rid of that energy. I've just redirected other places. So please, I'd love to hear back from you guys if this is a conversation you'd like to have. I really appreciate your time. Thanks so much.